Here I'm going to be showing you a couple of things how to do on Excel. We have our data here. First off, you can actually stretch these out so that you can see what your titles say. So days post imbibition, we have 1 through 7, we're missing day 4. And then we have the absorbance at 595 nanometers. These are readout from a spectrophotometer. And then we calculated the micrograms of protein per assay tube using an equation where we were able to, I'm not exactly sure about that, I have to look that up. Anyways, I wanted to just talk about how to make a mean. So to make a mean, you're going to hit add a little box where you can put it in. You're going to hit equals average. It'll come up over here. And then you're going to select the numbers that you want to make an average of. So for day 1, I picked all of the micrograms of protein in the root shoot axes, and I calculated that mean. And then I also calculated a standard deviation. So for standard deviation, you're going to type in equals. STD will come up. If you don't know, you can also click over here and scroll down, and then D3 through D6 again, because it's row D that I'm interested in calculating the means of these numbers right here. The next thing that I did was I moved those means and the days that they go with over to another chart. And this makes it easy for selection, so I can just select all of those numbers. I can make a graph by going to Insert. I'm going to click this type of graph, a scatter. And here we go, we have our scatter plot of our days post-imbibition and our means of the amount of protein per micrograms per assay tube. The next thing that I want to do is add standard deviation bars. So I had calculated the standard deviation, and I did have that over here in the past, but it looks like my my numbers kind of disappeared because F7, let's see where F7 is. There's nothing in F7, so my standard deviation is actually an E, so let me change. I think I just moved it over a 1, so let's go here. Okay, so now I have that. This row can get deleted. Okay, so that kind of changed my data a little bit. Let me delete that and redo it. So we want these two. We're going to go to Insert, Graph, here we go. Okay, that looks better. And now for the standard deviation, we're going to go to Add Chart Element. We're going to go to Error Bars, and it has these options. It'll say standard deviation, but that's actually just a calculated standard deviation that the computer makes. And if you see over here, it actually put on standard deviations from top to bottom as well as left to right, so we don't need these left to right, so I'm just going to click them and delete them. The next thing I'm going to do is to click on the ones that we are interested in, right click, and then click Format Error Bars. That's going to bring up this box here, and here what we can do is we can change the standard deviation from this like automatic setting to our actual specified version. So we're going to click custom specify value, and then it'll come up with a box, and it wants to know what your standard deviation is. And so since we're working with these means and these standard deviations, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the standard deviations of those days. Here we go. And it inserts it. And then I'm going to click on the next one. And you see how this isn't highlighted? I'm going to highlight that so that it deletes it, or I could just backspace and delete it. So we're doing plus and minus the standard deviation, and we're going to hit OK, and that's going to give us these error bars north and south. So you can see there was a lot of error on this day, not as much error on day 1. The next thing that we can do is we can delete a chart title just by clicking on it and deleting it. But say you deleted it by accident and you wanted to get it back, you can come back over here, click chart title, and put it above the chart if that's where you want it. You also want to add axes titles. We got primary horizontal and primary vertical. You can change the orientation of this title. You're going to click on it, hit. I think it's already open, but let me see if I can reopen that. So format axis title, so right clicked, and then you're going to click on this last box, and you see the vertical alignment, text direction. I'm going to put horizontal, and that'll change it horizontally because I prefer that. The next thing that we can format is the axis numbers. So we can right click on that, go to format axis, and then over here we can put our maximum and minimum bounds. Do we want our major marks at 100 or 200? Do we want our minor marks at 20 or 10? So I like 10 better than 20, so I'm going to change that. And then we can click tick marks at the bottom here. And to add the tick marks, we are going to click that we want major, and instead of none, we're going to put them, say, outside, and then inside for minor, and that'll put a nice little ruler on the side of the graph there. Okay. The next thing that I want to do is delete these grid lines because my professor doesn't like them. So I'm going to come up to the chart element again. If this goes away, say you clicked off of the chart, this is going to go away then, and you're going to be like, where did that button go? So in order to get that button back, you can click on the chart again and it'll come back up, or you can click this button, chart design. So say I'm on the home, I can click chart design, it'll come back. To delete the error bars, I'm going to go to this add chart element, grid lines, and I'm going to uncheck the ones that I don't want, and in this case we don't want any, so I unchecked those. And now I have my graph that looks a lot more like what my professor wants it to look like. I didn't show you how to format this axis bar on the bottom, but it's the same. You'd right click, go to format axis, and then you can add your tick marks or whatever else she might want you to add. And it's there. Ta-da!